Hey guys, today I would like to talk about trigger warnings and digital accessibility. Of course, you find a lot of effects which can be triggers, for example, for people with epilepsy or autism. And here's the question, how we can deal with it. Of course, the best strategy is to avoid them, but there are some cases in which we cannot avoid such effects. And there is a question, what should we do about that? Um, Flashing and flickering can be the most triggers, and also animations which are not caused by the user. This means the user does nothing, but there is happening something on the screen. For example, self-starting videos or audio content, but also things like parallax effects or things like that, which can be problematic for people with epilepsy and also for people with autism or attention deficiencies. There are two criteria in the WCAG which can be important for that. The first thing is pause, stop, height 2.2.2. Pause, stop, height means that you should be, it should be possible that you can pause content, that we stop and play again. Pause, stop, that means stop the content, or hide the content from the user. That means that the content which is flickering or flashing can be switched off and would disappear. And something of that should be possible when the animation, for example, is not more than is longer than 5 seconds. And that also accounts for refreshing content, like something like news tickers or things like that. There's also a triple A criterion interactions from animations from interactions, but this is not mandatory for most in most situations. Then there is a 2.3.2. Three flashes are below threshold, which means that there should be more than three flashes or flickering on the website per second. How to use trigger warnings? As I already said, the first thing should be that um, the situation is not coming, that there is flickering or flickering on the website, flashing, flickering or flashing on the website or in the application. But if you cannot avoid it, you have to find other strategies. For example, we have a ticket controlling app. And in the ticket controlling app, when a controller is coming to you, you have to show him the app. And the app contains a flickering element, which should prove that the ticket was is really bought for that um, the user is using valid ticket. And that is very difficult because it is an animation which can cause, for example, seizures in the person which is using it. And if you cannot avoid it, a trigger warning seems to make sense in this case. The warning should be as perceivable as possible, but it should not be obtrusive for persons who are not triggered. That means, for example, a text paragraph which can be easily found before, of course, before the trigger starts, or because before the trigger is seen, a trigger warning makes sense. It should be found easily, but I don't think you need a model dialogue. That means a dialogue which you have to click away actively because many persons or the majority of persons are not concerned by the trigger and they would be disturbed by a message they have to click away. It can be difficult for people who are blind, for example, or people who are visually impaired. Um, Therefore, it should not be disturbing when you have a trigger warning. It is important, I think, that you describe the trigger or the possible trigger, I have to say, to the person so that she or he can decide, okay, this could cause a seizure or it couldn't cause a seizure. Um, I think that is okay, good enough for our case. Another example are videos which perhaps contain triggers. Here you should, of course, not put a trigger warning on all videos, but only on the videos which are really containing such elements. The warning should be at the start of the video, so that the person can decide if she or she go into the risk of watching the video or not. But as I already said, you should not put this preventively on all videos because even if a person have epilepsy or autism, he or she wants perhaps to watch video or loves to watch videos. This would be very nice if you put a trigger warning on every video um, when there is no trigger in the video. If you can, as I already said, if you can avoid um, animations or you should avoid them. If you cannot avoid them or you think it is very hip, you can integrate them, but you should integrate them in a way so that they can be switched off. For example, in the configuration of the app or something like that. Um, I think that was it for the time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would be glad if you subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.